Welcome to Tea Time with Alice. I'm Alice, and this is the 12th episode of this monthly series that I started back in January of this year, where I dress up, drink tea, and talk about whatever I feel like. And today I have the Harney and Sons holiday herbal tea, which has rooibos, cinnamon, clove, some other spices, but it wasn't quite cinnamony enough for me. So I added in a little bit of the Harney and Sons hot apple spice tea, which has a little more cinnamon, and that one is caffeinated. So I just added a little because I didn't want too much caffeine today, but just to give it a little bit more of a pop. But I wanted the holiday herbal because it is the holiday season. And since this is the same brand, the two tea flavors blend together pretty well. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about the kinds of things I had talked about in the last video. So this is sort of a continuation of that, and how to reconcile being creative while also being financially and environmentally conscious. But also I kind of wanted to just reflect on the year and talk about goals for the next year. So I rewatched the very first tea time video I made back in January, and in that one I talked about goals for art, music, and these videos. So I just kind of wanted to reflect a little bit on that. One of the goals that I had was to do more digital art, and I definitely have done that. I haven't done any traditional art this year, I don't think. I've pretty much just focused on digital, and I feel like I've really improved. I think that my the quality of my pieces has improved. The speed that I'm able to get them done has improved. I know a lot more like what I'm looking for when I'm going into a painting, and it's been really fun. I've been doing these monthly, every first or sometimes second day of the month. I've done little landscapes that feature my plush toys. Neptune is my little plushie orca, and all his friends are my other plush toys, and so I've had these landscapes from just the environment here in Washington, and with the little creatures in the landscape, and they're kind of cartoony. So that's been really fun. I feel like my backgrounds have gotten better, kind of know what I'm looking for when I'm doing clouds or trees, and the different colors and the layers and things. That's been fun. I've also been doing, not quite monthly, but for the seasons and for special occasions, I've been painting my gnomes. I've got, I don't know if you can see over here, my little winter gnomes, but I've got a whole bunch that I've collected, and so I've been kind of setting them up as little still lifes and painting them as well as some other, paintings here and there. I did some for spooky season. I've done a few more like animals in space, or just some animals not in space, because I like painting animals. But I think for next year, because I've now pretty much painted all my plush toys and I've painted all my gnomes, not that I won't get more gnomes, that's always a possibility, but I think that I won't be specifically focusing on them next year. I will be maybe throwing them into some pieces here and there because I like them, but I have several ideas for themes or series that I'd like to do. I, in the past, have done some like moon paintings every month. So for, the different monthly moons, like the wolf moon, the flower moon, the strawberry moon, etc., I've done a painting kind of with those symbols, and or not a painting. In the past, it was drawings. So I thought, oh, I'll do a painting with those. But I don't necessarily want to commit to a moon painting every single month, because one of the other things that I'd like to try to do this year is to balance a little bit more like my motivation to create art with not feeling as pressured, because sometimes in order to be motivated, I have to pressure myself. I have to say, oh, you committed to this. You're going to do this type of painting every month. And you said you were going to do it, so you got to do it. And that has kept me doing it. Like, it's kept me accountable. But also I sometimes, oh man, it's been hard sometimes to find the time, the energy, the motivation to do that. So I kind of want to like balance that out, or try to, and maybe have general goals, but not as much specific, like on this day of this month, you have to do this thing. More general, like sometime this month, do some kind of painting like this, so that it gets done, but hopefully won't feel as much like a weight on my shoulders. So that's something that I'll be thinking about and trying to work on. I do have other ideas, other stories I want to illustrate, songs I'd like to illustrate. I've thought about doing, more song videos and then having a little illustration to go along with it. I have kind of an album idea that I have in my mind, without really the know-how to record it the way I want, the way I hear it in my head. I thought, oh, I'll just, do these little live acoustic video recordings and then a painting to go along with them, and that way other people can hear the song in some format. But that doesn't necessarily have to be done every month, because the album doesn't even have a full 12 songs on it, so there's some flexibility. And speaking of music, I do want to do more music. One of the other goals I had this year was to play live more, and although I did kind of start doing that at the beginning of the year, I played a few shows. I tried to go to open mics as often as I could, especially in this early part of the summer. But there was just so much going on, and part of that's an excuse. Part of that is I could have actually gone a lot more often than I did, but I was tired, from working or from going out at other times of the week with, friends or whatever. But also, I've actually been dealing with a lot of health issues, physical and mental health issues this year, and that has been a limitation. And so I don't want it to continue limiting me as much as it has. So kind of one of my goals for music is to try to practice on my own for myself on a more regular basis, so that when I do feel like going out, I don't feel like I have to start from scratch. I already have a head start. I already have warmed up and can just practice a little bit more to get to the level I need to be to perform in front of people, versus what's happened the last several months is that I've had a plan to do it, but I haven't practiced, and then when I want to, I feel like I have to take 2 months to get ready, to get to the level that I want to be at. And being sick has definitely hindered that, but I think that if I can try to just regularly keep up the exercise of singing, that I'll feel more prepared to go out when I want to, even if that's not super often, that it won't feel as limiting for me. And And then another thing that I had planned to do was these monthly tea time videos, and I have done them. This is the December tea time video that you're watching right now. So I wasn't really sure how I was going to continue. Kind of similarly to the art, I want to keep doing these videos, but maybe not as structured, maybe not as regular, maybe a little bit more like, I also originally had planned them to be more like 5 to 7 minutes, and I've been hitting the 15-minute Instagram limit every time because I just keep talking and rambling. And it is kind of like a whole production, you know. I get ready, I make the tea, I do my makeup, I pick out my clothes, and I have to make sure like the lighting is okay. I use pretty much just natural light, so I have to make sure it's the right time of day and that there's quiet, and so it's kind of a whole thing, and to do that on a specific day every month has been a lot. So I want to keep doing the videos, but maybe I will actually make them a little shorter, a little more casual, and maybe not on the second Sunday of every month, more just kind of when I have something on my mind that I feel like talking about. And I don't have to like fully dress up the whole time. I can just kind of be whatever me I am that day, and you know, post it when it happens. And more of like a elongated story that you don't have to watch within 24 hours. It's just there. You can watch it when you feel like it. And you know, maybe more like the 5 to 7 minutes instead of the full 15. So those are kind of my ideas, my reflections, and going into the holiday season, I do really want to focus on feeling the spirit of festivity and joy and family and heart, without feeling like that means you have to buy a bunch of stuff. Like, use what you have. I already have a bunch of little nutcrackers that I was given, and I already have, you know, some tablecloths that aren't necessarily Christmassy, but one of them's red and one of them's white, so it's gonna work. So, you know, and drinking the tea that makes you feel cozy, those little simple things without having to make it a whole big thing, and to spend time with the people you care about, doing fun things, enjoying whatever kind of outdoors your environment offers you. As you know, when the weather is nice, and I feel like here where I live, the weather's nice even when it's not nice, because it's just beautiful anyway. Like, even when it's cloudy and dreary, like, there's something magical about it. So just finding that magic in the everyday, without having to succumb to all of the drama and the I don't know, consumerism. And a lot of people feel more depressed in the holidays, and I think that that's something that, you know, I need to be careful about. I need to make sure that I'm focusing on my mental health. And if that means taking a step back from social media or the online world in general, then I will do that. And so, you know, that might mean I'm not sharing as much, but that is gonna be okay. I'm gonna make that okay, and then I'll come back and share when I have something. And we'll keep thinking about this, how to navigate this online world as we live in the real one. So that's my video for today. I think I might have another little secret one later, but that's all I got for now. Take care.